Tyler Childers is back, and taking chances announcing a new album. The singer and his friend, the writer Silas House, tell a queer love story. Tyler Childers has thought a lot about what it means to be an ally. Even if you have the privilege of walking through this world unfazed, it's more important than ever to stand with and for enough for things, to be vocal, the grassroots country star said during a recent long conversation. Childers was sequestered with his wife Senora and new son at home in Kentucky when the Black Lives Matter movement and the pandemic inspired a nationwide outpouring of protest. A period of self-assessment led the songwriter, known for his richly detailed portraits of contemporary rural life, to become more explicit about his beliefs. First came Long Violent History, a bluegrass album framed by a stirring anthem decrying racial injustice. Then a triple album with his band The Food Stamps, Can I Take My Hounds to Heaven?, confronted religious intolerance while holding on to the joy of worship. Now, Childers has enlisted his good friend, the noted author and Kentucky poet laureate Silas House, to write a video for his new song, In Your Love, that tells a sweeping story of love between two men. As he announces his new album, Rustin' in the Rain, coming out September 8th, Childers is determined to make his perspectives clearer than ever. The video for In Your Love, directed by Brian Schlam, features gay Hollywood stars Colton Haynes and James Scully as two miners who build a life together in a Kentucky holler. It's a bold move for a musician whose fan base crosses lines of identity and political belief. Childers and House recently sat down with me in Nashville to talk about their friendship, representing rural life in their art and the glory of the 90s country music videos that inspired their collaboration. House described their motivations and the point behind Childers' allyship succinctly: the antidote to shame is seeing yourself in the world. Ann Powers: the way you've made your recent albums into interventions feels very considered. Long Violent History addresses race and racism. Can I Take My Hounds to Heaven? Tackles religious freedom and tolerance. Now this video shows your empathy for LGBTQIA+ folks. I don't know how thought out this is, but you're making a whole volume of stories to guide us through these issues. Tyler Childers: one reason that I wanted to do this music video was my cousin growing up, who's like my big brother, is gay. And he graduated from Northern Kentucky, went to Chicago and never came back. He taught me so much about singing. He was my first tough critic. And just thinking about him not having a music video on CMT that spoke to him. On Take My Hounds, the front cover is made to look like a church hymnal, but I made the spine black, because I have this idea in my head that if you're a Tyler Childers fan and have the whole collection on your shelf, they would all be one color. Because all of that is part of me, and it all ties together. Silas House: I think one of the things that makes Tyler such a great artist and such a great friend is that he's so empathetic. He wants to tell a story like this because he has friends and family who are members of the LGBT community, and are part of the story of Appalachia, too. These are human stories, not political stories. Why this particular story? It's a period piece, a very classic romance. House: Tyler and I talked a lot about the older men in our lives. The farmers and working people. Maybe that's about how much Tyler and I both love Wendell Berry. In the video, they go from working for somebody else, from the mines, to working for themselves with the land. We talked a lot about that sort of thing. Beyond the love story, we wanted that Appalachian representation too. We looked to our family pictures from this period, and used those pictures in helping shop for costumes and for set design.